everyone, Amanda here. Thanks for joining me today. If you are new to my channel, please do subscribe. I'd be ever so grateful. So today I'm going to share with you altered envelopes and making these for a Christmas journal that I'm doing, and I've completed 3 already. I thought I'd just switch the camera on for the 4th and share with you my mess at crafting. So these are the 3 that I've done. So they're just standard C6 envelopes, and what I've done, I'll just quickly explain what I've done on these ones. I've embossed them. I've used I've got loads of embossing folders out today, and I'm just having some fun. So that one is a big fat swirl, if I turn that way. This one is a more delicate swirl, and then this one is just a singular cluster like that. Okay, so on this one this is from the watercolour Christmas kit. I'm doing a journal using that from Artimaze, and this is some of the background paper. I've highlighted all of the embossing with an ink pad first, and then I want Mad Keen, so I toned it down with gesso, and I've also added some of this gilding polish. It's you can get it from the range, you can get it on, no you can't get this from the range. I've seen it in Hobbycraft, and I got mine online. So the glitter one, it's very similar, you use it in the same way, but it's a glitter. I got that one from the range. And then I'm using bits of Graphic 45 as well, left over from a pad I had gifted, bits of fabric. We've got some glittery copper mesh there, slush, I love it. And then this is from the kit. So yeah, and I've just done them really kind of grungy. I want them to look grungy vintage. That's the vibe. This one, I fussy cut some of one of the background papers from the kit. This one, because I don't have any Christmas napkins to decoupage with, so I'm gonna have to fussy cut papers. I added some gilding flakes just here, and then I decided I didn't really know what I was doing, so I stopped. But it just looks cool. We've got a bit of a thingy there. It's like a sequin, what are they called? A pleat. This is from the kit, this is from the kit. I've done some stamping, and again, the gold gilding, what's it called? Gilding polish. I've gently rubbed with my finger, gently rubbed on the embossed areas. I realised that I'd started doing it upside down, so I had to then glue it shut. I've sliced the side off, and that's gonna have to go that way. So that's that one, and then that gilding polish I've put all the way around the. Have I put it around the edge on that one? I don't think I've done that one yet. I did it on this one, it's gone all the way around the edge, and I did it on this one, it's gone all the way around the edge. So this one's just got a singular embossing. I went over with fired brick, and then, like I say, it was just a bit too bright for me, so these have all been gessoed as well. I've got some gold embossing there, which is a Tim Holtz stamp, and then I've just, with that metallic polish, I just put it in my fingers and then just smudge it all the way around the edges really lightly, and then we've got some fussy cutting there to kind of look like decoupage, but it's not. And then on the back here, I've just added a strip of scrapbooking paper, and I've lined the inside of that because it was a little bit flimsy. Bit flimsy with that one. So so that's a set of 3. So I'm going to make one now. So this is what I've started with. It's just a general envelope. Now, when I coffee dyed these, the blue from the inside ran, and at first I didn't like it, but it just all adds to it, doesn't it? Just adds to it, so there's a bit of a blue tinge there. I've already embossed just half of it, so I just put it halfway in my embossing folder. I used fired brick all the way around, but I decided it was too dark, so I've gessoed. So that's where I'm up to. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some collaging and stamping and see what we can do. So I think first of all I need to get some paper for collaging, quite like that, quite like that. There's a piece already ripped up there. A piece already ripped up. I might do some nice stamping on here as well. That's just a little bit too long. Let's just rip that up. So that's that bit. I think I might have some fabric. Let me cut myself a little bit of this. Like so, and then some of this music page. So I talked to my friend Kate, and she's desperate for some vintage book paper, so I'm going to see if I can get her some next time I go to a charity shop. However, you know, you can print, there's loads out there. You know, this kit's got loads of Christmas printables. She's got some on a website for free as Andrea. There's always book page and music page everywhere you look. So don't worry if you can't get the genuine item. Just print it out. I don't want to cover up all of that embossing, otherwise it's a waste of time of me doing it. Just rip. That's better. So then you can see the frame for the outside, and then when I go over it with my gilding polish, you'll be able to see it. Hopefully. Sorry if I'm coughing or clearing my throat. I genuinely cannot help it. I'm sorry. I know it's annoying, but sorry. There's not a lot I can do about it. The moment. Right, so that's that. I'm using my 3-in-1 because it dries nice and fast. I'm not sewing these. I don't think that it needs it because they're quite busy, these envelopes. But I want them to be like a feature. I've done a set of 4, whether they'll all go in one journal or whether I'll split it over 2 journals. I don't know yet, but I'm going to use the same sort of vibe and the same sort of techniques to do my journaling cards as well, so that they all look similar, so that you've got consistency. Right, where's that other paper gone? I had a little bit of, there it is. Found it. So, where am I gonna, right, so I'll have that. Just bob it down there so that it layers up, so you can see all the layers behind rather than just covering them up. In fact, I'm just going to rip it a little bit more. Okay. You want to be able to see all, if you're going to collage and layer up, you want to be able to see what you've got, kind of thing, as well as get a really cool collagey vibe. Alright, so I love that. There. Like it, like it. Quite like this, but I might have to, where's my bitty scissors? I might have to fussy cut it. Don't know. If I lose my patience, then I won't bother. I really need to get some Christmassy napkins. I've not got any holly or anything. So I'm having to fussy cut everything from Andrea's images, which, you know, it's not bigger, but when you're a busy person, fussy cutting, I haven't got time for it. I don't have a. I'm only joking. I don't have a one of them fancy things that cuts things out for you. Scan and cut. Maybe I could do with one of them, but I don't know about anybody else. But I'm getting to the age where I can't. It's not that I can't be bothered, but I'm like really resistant to learning new technology. Very resistant to it. I'm like, okay, I'll figure that out tomorrow, and then tomorrow never comes, does it? So never do figure it out, and then I just think, well, I've managed so far without it. I've never had one. I'll manage. That's my excuse. I think you can have too many machines and get overwhelmed, and most people that I know that have got them machines either don't know how to use them, or it's just as quick to fussy cut, unless, you know, you're doing vinyls and creating, or you've got a little business. But if it's just for your own personal crafting, I couldn't think that I'd use one. Don't know why I'm waffling on about that. No one cares, Amanda. Shut up. Right. Come on. Oh, it's taking too long, is this? It's taking far too long. I don't have patience. It'll be worth it when it's done, Amanda. Shush. Right, I'm just going to cut around. I'm not fussy cutting in all that white space there because I can't. It's nearly impossible. Right, so what I'm just going to do is just try and very carefully ink round, oops, see carefully so I don't rip it because it is only paper. Ink round the edges a little bit so you can't see any really obvious white bits. There we go, that's fine. So it didn't take too long. And then get that glued on so that it looks like I've decoupaged a napkin. Okay, we'll have it here. Put it there. Put you there. You're fine there. Right, so that's that bit. Then I like to have a bit of fabric, to be honest. Let's have a look what we've got laying about on our desk. Got some green here. I think that might look nice with that kind of a red tinge. I don't know what, I think this is a scrap left over from cutting out another one of those little sequined doodahs. Doodah, doodah. I don't want it there, I don't want it there. Don't know. Not sure now. Doubting myself now. Doubting myself. What other green? I dyed loads and loads of stuff the other day. See, that to me, that's a bit bright. No. No like it. I no like it. I like this though. I quite like that as well. Oh yeah, we'll have this. Let me just trim her up a bit so it don't look as much like one at Dogs has had it round garden. Oh my god. Let's see. I can hear one of my dogs trying to get in the cupboard in the kitchen looking for treats. I can hear him, the cheeky little monkey. He's going to get it. I don't know if I like that though. No, we're going with it. We're not messing about. Right, so a bit of glue there to hold my netting down. Okay, and then the rest of it will get held down by a pleat, so we're not going to worry. Okay. When you're doing these, sometimes you just have to trust the process because they can look a little bit pants and a little bit rubbish until you've done everything and then at the end inked all the edges. You really do have to just think of the long game, as it were, the end game, because they always look great when they're done. Right, so that's that bit. Let's have a look what we got on here. I need a stamp, so I'm going to have some of this. It's really pretty, I love it. Some of this up here. Just adds lovely texture and stuff. And then I've got these stamps from, I quite like that. I might change that for this. I quite liked that down there, but I've gone and changed my plan, haven't I? Let's have a look. Have I got a smaller one? Do with a smaller one, a smaller stamp. Let's have a look. That's quite. Oh, that's too. The colour's too samey on that one. Might have to just not have that, or I might just layer it there instead, because I want one of these with the green to lift it a bit. What's that say? Special delivery. I like that one with the fireplace. I'm just going to rip the edge of that. So I was gifted a big bundle of part used graphic 45 notepad scrapbooking paper quite a while ago, and so I'm trying to systematically use it in my upcoming journals to, you know, so that it's not wasted and just sat there. So that's where this is from. I think it's called Was the Night Before Christmas, but don't quote me on that. Right, I'm in shot. I just had a horrible feeling then. I sit here and I waffle away and I wasn't looking at my camera to see if I were even in shot, but I am, aren't I? Yeah. So I'll layer that there. Yeah, like that. And then could have done with that being a bit smaller, but never mind. It's fine, it'll look nice. First class, first class. Yeah, I'm going to put it up there. I'm going to have this smaller one up there. It says first class. I'm just going to try and distress it because it's only paper, it might not work. I've got bored of that. Bored of that. Forget it. Right. What else can we put? Excuse me. Bored of that. Not having that anymore. Some of this is nice, isn't it? Let's have some of this. So. Oh, we've got, what's that word there? Bethlehem. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That's like just the end of a piece of music paper, but that word just jumped off my desk. It jumped off my desk at me, so let's have that. This is just literally a scrap of something. Let's have a look. Yep. Stuff that there. That's too much of that. Let me see if I can trim it down a bit. Too much of it. Okay. Can I get some of that off? Can, it's not fully dry yet. Just let me trim it down a bit, that's better. A bit more. Just a little bit too much there for me. That's better. Right, so let me do my postage stamp. I'll get some basic grey. I'll stamp that. Press on hard because it's got to go over them layers. Okay, right, so let's have a look now how we can give that a really funky lift. My desk is an absolute hot mess. Save that for another day. What have we got? Let's have a look. Where's the lid for that? It's quite... it's going to dry out if I don't find it. What have I... It's there. Okay, let's just clear some of this. Right, I think I want to do a bit of embossing. So let's have a look. I'm not bothered if they're not Christmassy words neither. I literally don't care. So let's have a look what I'm going to use. Ooh, I really like that. Yummy, I'm having a bit of this, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I'm having this big one here. This is my new one and I love it. Right, let me get my dust budder. Not that it's going to make any difference with all that layers on there. Right, Versamark. Okie doke, let's have a look. Do I need it on a... I don't think I need it on a block. Right, so which bit am I going to... Right, so I want to just ink that bottom corner there. So I'm just inking the bottom corner of the stamp. I'm not going to use it all. And I'm just going to stamp that there. Press it as best as I can. It might be patchy, it might not do it all fully, but it doesn't matter. And then here, am I going over that bit? I'm just going to do the bottom, I think. Tell you what we'll do. I'm just gonna, don't really want it on my holly, you see. So if I put that piece of paper there, we go. Plenty of versa mark on there, and then I will stamp it around about there. Okay. Rightio, that's that bit. Let me just borrow a piece of paper. This'll do. I'm going to use gold embossing powder. Let me just turn that over. Like I say, I'm not bothered if it doesn't go on fully and properly, and it's patchy and whatever, you know, a bit, because then it just looks like it's worn, like vintage, like it's worn. I know what I mean. You'll see when I've done, you'll know what I'm on about. Okay. Don't want that bit. Don't want that bit. That's fine. Right. I'm going to have to just put this away. I'm sorry if it makes my video long, but I will knock it over. Absolutely, without a doubt. And it's the only gold one that I've got. Okay. We're back in shot. Right, let's get the heat gun on that. Right, just bear with me. Turn it down if it bothers you. Doesn't take long. Take long at all. There we go. So that's all nicely cooked. I just need to add a little bit of glue to help hold that bit down there. Okay, I'll just give that embossing chance to cool a little bit. Alright, so what else does that? Needs a bit of glue up there. It'll all dry and it'll all hold fine. You don't have to worry. Right, so now I'm going to get my ink blender. I'm going to use Vintage Photo. Okay. I'm going all the way around. Going heavier on the corners, so that's how I like it. Okay, and we've got this bit of embossing showing here, still showing, which is good. That's with an embossing folder. This is heat embossing and that's dry embossing with an embossing folder. Sometimes people get confused what you're on about. Right. So that's, let's do the other side. So you can see how I've got tons of red from that fired brick. It looks quite nice. But I did tone it down with gesso because it was just a little bit too much for me. Just a bit. And you can see the embossing's gone through onto the other side as well, so it makes the flap look cool. Right, I'm happy with that. What am I doing? That's the lid for that one. Get off. Right, so I'm just going to quickly wipe my desk over. So I don't want all that distress ink getting on. And when I've turned the camera off, I think I'm gonna have to clean my desk to start again because it's getting where it's really messy. So this is the metallic gilding polish. It's lovely. It's ace. I love it. I got it because I saw Andrea from Artimaze using it, so it's their fault. So I'm just using the bits in the lid at the moment. I've not even touched the main bit. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just dab it on there so that it's not as intense. And first of all, I'm going to try and catch some of this embossing here, this dry embossing, and see if I can highlight it with the gilding polish. There's some more there. There we go, we've caught that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip around the edges of the whole entire. So what I do is I get it on my finger and I just start from the edge and just flick inwards, and it won't look like it's doing anything. And then when you go back, when you've done and you've gone all the way around, you'll see that you've got an edging of gold, and it's fab. You can just rub it like that, but if you, I just like to have a bit more control, so I want it to be, I don't know why, I want it to look kind of neat, but don't need to at the same time. So these will look really lovely and aged, and when you do these kind of things, nobody's going to have exactly the same as you, because you've done it. It's come from your mind, in my case my pool of mind, and nobody's going to lay things down exactly the same, and that's what I like about this. And I think if you're trying to sell journals as well, I think the more of your individual style and handmade things you can put in, I think it makes it really cool, and it's really interesting for whoever gets it to look at as well. Let's just get that up. And I'll just put a bit on there, and just rub it on my fingers like that, and then I'm just going to rub it on that embossing. Nearly rubbing paper off. I don't think you need to rub it that hard, Amanda, blimey. I've got anger issues. Add a bit on there to make it look old, and there we go, that's that one done. So I like that. So there we go, I've got a set of 4 handmade, well, hand altered envelopes that add complete, you know, unique elements to your journals. I think that's lovely with all that gold. And that's that one. That's that one, that's that one. Right, so that's those. I'm going to go and make some collaged tags now. I'm going to use much the same principle. I'll use the same embossing folders. I'll use the same, you know, gilding around the edge. And because obviously I'm using the same kit, then they will be consistent and they'll go together. So I hope that helps. If not, well, it's just fun joining with you today and crafting. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.